Hi, I'm Patricia. Welcome to my creative space. Today we're going to work on a Snowglobe compact. Okay, and here I have my blue mixed with pearl, and I have it rolled out on a setting 2. I'm just going to lift that up here, and I'm going to put that on the compact. Okay, now I'm just going to smooth it out on there, and I'm going to kind of bevel the edges a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take and make a little snow hill here. And I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to kind of feel it out here. And this was on a setting 3, I do believe. And I'm just going to lay this over top of the blue. And this is frost, by the way, with extra glitter added in, just for more of a sparkle. I really wanted to get a snow effect. So I'm just going to press that down and kind of bevel that edge as well. Okay, and now this piece here was rolled out on a setting 4, and this is what we're going to make the snowman out of. I've got here a kimber cutter, and I'm just going to cut the big circle. And then I've got these little stainless steel mini cutters, and I'm going to use the opposite end of the metal and make the head. And again, this is the frost clay with a little bit more glitter added in. Okay, now I'm just going to use my needle tool here to grab a hold of the piece. That way it's easier to lay where I want it to lay. Okay, now grab the head and I'll do the same thing. I will use my needle tool to place it where I want it to lay. Okay, and now I have black here rolled out onto a setting 4. And I'm just going to take and make his little hat. And I'm just cutting out a basic hat shape here. And then I'll use my needle tool to get a hold of it. And then I will lay it in place. Just trying to shape it a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to give it a two-dimensional effect here. I'm going to cut the rim of the hat, and then place down some color, and then cut the top of the hat. Okay, and here I've got forest and pomegranate mixed together in little stripes, and I'm just mixing this a little bit more, trying to get more stripes out of it. Just take two colors and twist them together, and then roll it out really thin. I'm going to put this on top of the rim of the hat. Alright, now I'm going to take my stylus here, the small end, and just kind of push that in to make it look like it's wrapping around the hat. Okay, now I'm going to take and make the top of the hat and lay that over the top of the hat. That way it's all even. Again, I'm using my needle tool to take a hold of it and drop it into place. There we go. Looks good. Alright, now I'm working with the black, and I'm going to make his little buttons. Made a real thin rope. I'm just taking the tiniest little slivers. Zoom in here so you can see it a little bit better. Take my needle tool to pick it up. And place it on the snowman. And there's one. And two. There we go. And just kind of tapping them down so they're a little bit flat. Okay, and now I'm taking that forest and pomegranate again, and I'm making his scarf. I'm going to take my stylus and tap down the edges to wrap it around his neck to make it look 2D. Okay, now I'm going to take another slice and I'm going to make the scarf hanging down the front of him. I made it a little bit too long, so I had to shorten it up. And carefully place that on there. And I'm just going to take and tap that down a little bit. Alright, now I'm back with the black clay here. And I want to make these eyes. So I'm cutting a couple little slivers here. And I'm going to use my needle tool. Pick those up and pop them in place. Okay, now I'm just going to take and flatten those out a little bit. So not stick it up so far. And now it's time to work on the carrot nose. So I'm just going to roll that to angle it a little bit on the one end. And then I'm going to cut it in half so that it don't stick up so far. And I'm going to try to pick this one up with my stylus because I was having trouble with my needle tool for this one. And then we're just going to pop that in place. Press it down just a little bit. And there we have it. Now we need to work on his little mouth. And again, I've got the black here. And I'm just going to cut my little slivers. Okay, then I'm going to pop those in place. Sorry about my shakiness. I'm always a little shaky when I work with fine detail. Pop that one down. And then just give them a little tap here. Now I'm going to work on the arms. And you can use raw sienna or burnt umber. Honestly can't remember which one I used on this one. But you can use either one. Looks good. So just roll it out. And then place it on there with my needle tool. Another little sliver so it looks more like a stick. Place it on there. Give it a little tap. And the same with the other arm. Okay, and now I'm going to be using polyester glitter snowflakes and Lisa Pavelka's Magic Gloss. Okay, and as you can see here, I've taken the polymer clay piece off the compact, and I am putting on my UV resin, and then I'm going to spread it out. And if you notice, I haven't put it on the snow yet. You don't want to do that portion yet. It is a little bit higher than the sky, so I just want to do this background first. And I'm going to add the Magic Gloss and then add in some snowflakes. Okay, now I'll just go over it real quick with my torch. And then I will start adding snowflakes in. Got my little tweezers here. Just adding in one at a time. Just placing them wherever I may. And that looks good there. So now I will just go around my edges again and make sure that I'm all pulled out to the edge. And then I will pop it under the UV light for about 10 minutes. And now I've got my nail plates here. And I'm just kind of looking to see which snowflakes I want to use. If you haven't used them yet, you may want to practice first because they take a while to get the hang of. But you also don't need to do this step. If you like the snowflakes, just use the snowflakes. And then you can also use acrylic paint to paint on some snowflakes, which I'll also show you that. Okay, and here we're going to do our first snowflake. Just put on a little bit of the stamping polish here. And then I'll scrape it. Grab my little stamper, pick it up, and then press it down on the polymer clay piece, on the resin. There we go. Nice little snowflake there. Then I will do another. And I'll scrape it, pick it up, and stamp it down on my piece. I think it gives it a more of a variety look of different snowflakes on here. Kind of looks pretty cool. I done one with just the polyester snowflakes, and I done one with just the nail stamping plates, and they both come out pretty cool. I thought mixing them would look pretty neat too. Alright, and I'm all done with that part. And here's what it looks like close up. Pretty cute. And now I'm going to take some acrylic paint. And I'm using folk art here. And I believe that's Wicker White. And I've just got me a ball stylist here. And I'm just dipping it in and putting some dots on here for more snowflakes. I really like the look of the little dotted snowflakes as well. Okay, and that'll do it. And I'll show you the close-up of what it looks like. Come out very cute. Absolutely love it. Now I'm going to add some more UV resin. I'm going to do the whole thing this time. I'm going to spread this all out. Trying to get way over that edge as far as I can without spilling any. Okay, and I think that's just about got it. Making sure I have everything all filled in here. Take my little torch, go over it real quick, getting all the bubbles pop. And I can already tell I'm going to have to do a third coat. So here I go with my third coat. I kind of overdo it here. I do have some spillage that I have to fix, but it still come out really nice. I'm still very pleased with it. Okay, and that just about has it there. Go over it with my torch, popping out any air bubbles. And there you can see I've got some spillage after I hit it with the torch and heated up that resin. So I'm not going to worry about that right the minute. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm all spread out and put it under the UV light. And there, I've taken it off already. Now I'm just going to sand down these little pieces that are still sticking up on it with a little nail file. Get those little edges off of there. There we go. Now I'm going to take Tiny Pandora's Deep Shine, and I'm going to go around the edges, giving it a more 2D look here, making it look more like a snow globe even more. Just going around, laying it on there with my silicone brush. And then we'll cure this under the light for about 8 minutes. Okay, and that about covers it for that. Put the last of this on here, and then I'll pop it under the UV light. It's it for about 8 minutes. And it's done. And now to glue this on the compact, I'm going to use Liquid Fusion today. I'm just going to put a little bit on the compact, spread it out, and a little bit on the back of the polymer clay piece, spread it out, and join them together. Okay, and there you have it. Just press it on there and make sure it's good and sealed. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to ring that bell.